Hello everyone and welcome back to the channel and welcome to another Vlogmas video. And today we're going to continue with our book recommendations, and today we're going to talk about The Poppy War by R.F. Kuang. And I'm going to show you, this is going to be a little bit different than the rest of the videos. I'm going to show you all of my notes and everything that I've done so far. I kept putting this book down several times. As you can see here, I don't know if you can read it, but in August 1st, this is when I the first time that I picked it up and I started to read it. But I kept putting it down, and it was either because there was other books that I was trying to finish, or because some of the subjects that are in this book are very hard to get through. I definitely, if you like to read trigger warnings before you get into a book, this would be one to read the trigger warnings before you read it, because there's a lot of subjects that are hard to read. But nonetheless, I did end up finishing the book. I did end up loving the book. I think it's such an important story to tell, and that is why it's in my blog, one of my Vlogmas videos, because it is one of the favorites this year. I actually started reading this as a library book. I borrowed this from the library. I started to read it, and eventually I got my own copy. And the plan is to sometime next year reread it. And I want to annotate. I mean, if you've seen my other videos, you know that I like to annotate my books. I like to tab them like crazy. So this is definitely one that I want to go back and do that. I'm thankful for my library and having that book, but this is a book that I want to have physically. And yes, I will be tabbing this one, and then I will continue with the trilogy. This is the first book in a trilogy, and yeah, I'm excited to read it and to read the other two books in this trilogy. So these are, I wanted to show you some of my notes because I kept putting it down and picking it back up, and because of that, throughout my reading journal, I have pages all over the place where with little notes and little quotes, and eventually maybe I'll put it all in a separate notebook, because like I said, this is worth the time that I'm dedicating it, that I will be dedicating it. So I took a couple of images from Google, as you can see here. So in the beginning of the book, we see what Rin is willing to do to get into this academy, and then later on, everything that she's willing to do to stay there and to prove to everybody that she belongs there and that she's so much more than a war orphan. So when she gets there, she realizes that all of her training and her studying only got her so far, but there's still so much that she has to do. And it is such a good story about just the determination that Rin has. So like I said, I just wanted to show you all my random notes, and this is basically my brain trying to get everything that is important and or quotes. I just do this, and this is basically what I do in when I use my reading journal, and when I'm reading, I usually have tried to have them together with the book. Here are some other things that I didn't have this book with me, so I had another notebook, and I wrote some notes. Then I took them out of that notebook and put them here. So this I decided to make a copy of directly from the book. So this is book, I don't remember what page it was, but this is right in the beginning, and this is her tutor Ferric, and he's telling her, you know, that they'll make you, they're going to do everything they can in this academy to kick you out, to make you believe and everybody believe that you don't belong here. So you need to prove yourself all the time, to them and to yourself. So what he says here is, something that I think was so impactful. They'll make you an outsider because you're not like them. That's okay. Don't let any of that discourage you. No matter what they say, you deserve to be here. Do you understand? So that's just her tutor giving her some words of encouragement. And I think that whole scene when tutor Ferric has to say goodbye and she needs to stay alone in the academy, I thought that was a very heartbreaking scene. But it's the beginning of how Rin is noticing how much she still has to work for to make people believe that she belongs where she's at. So then we have a few pages of other books. So then we come to chapter 5, and I continue my notes. As you can see, I have a lot of quotes. Katai is, oh my god, he's such a good character. He's like the friend that that friend that you wouldn't want to find anywhere you go. But then, you know, things are happening in the academy. Rin is having issues. I mean, I don't know if you guys can read it, but if you can and want to get spoiled, go ahead. But if you don't want to get spoiled, don't read it, because there's a lot of spoilers everywhere. So this is a good quote from Rin, and she says, "The Keju doesn't mean anything. The Keju is a ruse to keep uneducated peasants right where they've always been. You slip past the Keju, they'll find a way to expel you anyway. The Keju keeps the lower class sedated. It keeps us dreaming. It's not a ladder for mobility. It's a way to keep people like me exactly where they were born. The Keju is a drug." And again, another powerful quote from Rin. And the thing is, you can feel her pain throughout, you know, the different classes. Every time she's trying to get ahead, you know, she gets pushed back, and you feel her pain every time she's trying to feel like she belongs in this place. I love this. Pain is just a message, and that's what she's trying to do. You know, people are trying to make her feel like she's weak and, you know, beat her down. But, you know, she tells herself all the time, pain is just a message. And to her, the message is, well, if you feel pain, that means you're feeling something, so keep going. So again, more notes. I found this one on Pinterest. If I can find it again, I will link it in the description box. But I thought this was a really cute image, and I tried to recreate it later on. Of characters in this book. So what I was doing is I was writing the name of the characters, and I was trying to make sure that I knew who they were and what role they played around Rin, which is our main character. So yeah, it was because of all these characters, I was just writing them down in my notebook. Helps me keep track of them. So, and then this is the only other page that I have. Also more notes. And yeah, that's about it. Again, with my little mini reviews, I'm trying to give you more details about the book without spoiling anything. I'm sorry if I wasn't clear enough. If you have any questions, let me know in the comments. And yeah, I did. This is the little flower that I made from this image that I found on Pinterest. So I did this one, and I do have that on video. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put it next, show you how I did it just using my Micron 03 and 05 pen. And I'll just put some music so you guys can enjoy the drawing. And once again, give this book a try. I did, and I do not regret it. I enjoy it so much. I hope you guys do too. And I hope you liked this video. Thank you so much for watching. If you liked it, please give me a thumbs up, and I will see you in the next one.